Welcome, friends, to the Stoner the Radio Show. It's our first edition. Stoner the Radio Show is all about sharing timely herbal stories and talking about the things that you want to say out loud, but just don't feel comfortable doing so sometimes. I am Matt, your host, and I'm here with my co-host.
I'm Bob. How's it going, everybody?
So relax, settle in. Let's talk all things beautiful and green. Let's listen to some original and appropriately themed tunes. It's Stoner the Radio Show.
Well, Tuesday comes, you're so uninspired, like a heavy truck in the mud, you're mired. You go out back and do a 1-E. Back at home, you just don't care as you prep that chicken and do someone's hair. You do the only thing you know how to do. You do a 1-E. Now, I'm not saying that you have to do it all the time, but think about it. It's the respectable thing to do. So pretend to go outside, take out the trash, and do a 1-E. And have a great, great day. Thank you so much.
Indeed, we will have a great day. That was the HushHill Boys. They are the Stoner the Radio Show house band, and you'll be hearing quite a bit from them in the coming shows. Always a treat hearing from them. 1-E, as in one hitter. I know I call it a one hitter. So let's get right into it. This is a segment that we are calling The Great Escape. And Bob, I believe you were going to share a story with everyone.
Yeah. The other day was spectacular weather.
Okay.
You saw it.
I was in it.
So, Matt, we got together. I said to the family, we're headed to the beach tomorrow for the day.
Nice.
Okay, we live a couple hours from the beach, so it's a little bit of a commitment. Anyway, thinking the night before, I'm packing the car. Mm-hmm. I got my chairs in there, and I say to myself, how am I going to do this? The family's all over me, but I know I got to bring, my thing. So I pack the car, I tuck something in the cooler.
Right.
And pray to God nobody looks in that pocket.
Right on.
But I got it pretty hidden. Anyway, this only works if you get the time away. So we're on the way down to the beach. We park, finally, carrying all the stuff. We get to the beach. You got to make sure you unload.
Right.
Completely unload. Oh, shoot. Mm-hmm. Forgot the umbrella.
Right.
One of my sons is pretty fair. We need an umbrella.
Gotcha.
So Dad's got to go back to the car.
Right. By yourself.
By myself.
Okay. How do you make that happen? I mean, how do you ensure that the kids, the wife, they're not going to follow?
I wait until everybody gets their flip-flops off. They're all set, ready in the beach. Right. And then, oh, man.
So how long would you say the process is from the time you arrive until the, oh, crap, I left something in the car moment?
It could be a good 15, 20 minutes.
Wow. You're a patient guy.
I mean, because I'll make sure that we're all settled in, and then I'll say, I'll go back and get it.
Right.
So that's what happens. I go back, get my head right, chew my gum.
Yeah.
Now, on this one occasion, I forgot my eye wash, and I don't know about you guys out there, but
right.
I get the worst red eye.
Yeah, you need the eye drops.
So I forgot it. But it was okay, because at the beach, you got your sunglasses on most of the day.
Right.
You can always blame it on the ocean.
Yeah. Or
anyway.
It's a stink eye.
Yeah. So that's one example of, planning ahead and having an opportunity that somehow comes up.
Nice.
Because you, forgot.
It's a good strategy.
Oops.
Awesome. Thanks for sharing, man.
Yeah.
And if you have something to share of the Great Escape ilk, you've made a valiant, daring escape, and you know why, record your story, put it on an MP3, email it to us at stonertheradioshow@gmail.com. Please do not send video of yourself. We respect your privacy. Just tell us your first name. Do not tell us your last name. Thanks so much. We'll be right back after this.
Stoned out of my mind in a bathroom at Wawa. I got so lost on the way. I can't recall just what I came for. The donuts are gone, what a shame. The
another great one from the HushHill Boys. It's called Out of My Mind, and we actually are honored to have one of the Hill Boys here with us right now. Magnus Hill, say hello.
Oh, well, hello.
So, can you give us a little bit of a backstory on this one?
Sure.
I know Bob and I have been wondering, and
Of course.
hope it's okay to ask.
Oh, yeah, no problem, no problem. Well, you see, Claudette, our sister, Claudette Hill, she has a boyfriend named Earl, who's what you call a professional courier, and he was traveling out in the state of New Jersey, out and about, and he got himself in a little bit of a fix there and ended up at this convenience store, and, well, the song kind of wrote itself after he told us what happened, and I'm so glad you like it. Thanks for asking.
Well, Magnus Hill, thank you so much for coming in and spending some time with us, and we'll see you real soon.
Well, all right.
I wanted to talk a little bit about, getting stoned on the way to work. Is that have you done it?
I save that for Fridays.
Only
Most
Fridays.
of the time it's Fridays, if I even do it.
Okay,
But that's because I need to use my brain sometimes a different way.
gotcha. I hear that. I was working at a place. I just wasn't digging it. The last 2 or 3 weeks I was working there, I pretty much knew I was gonna split. It just wasn't working out, and I felt that I needed to get stoned in the morning, and it wasn't super stoned. It was like a 1-y, just a
Right.
1-y.
Just to improve your morning, because
Yeah.
you
I
weren't
needed-
saving lives that
right.
day.
I needed to walk in, say hi, and greet everybody. I was able to hide it really well, and I was able to function for those first couple of hours, and it really helped ease into the day. But then I felt like a scumbag for doing it. Have you been there?
Oh yeah. But I know I'm not.
No, we're not scumbags, but you feel like
But
one.
yeah,
And why? And I'm not trying to get all political or weird, but society still is not 100% okay unless you're in Denver or California or somewhere in Washington, and I don't mean DC. You're although you can get super stoned in DC, but maybe not legit. And I just think that there's still a stigma, and I feel like in the neighborhood where I live, I feel like I drive around, and sometimes I look at men and women who are driving by, and I'm like, she's stoned, he's stoned, she ought to be. But
right.
you can kind of
that
tell.
one's definitely not.
Yeah.
But yeah, and it's not as harmless. Well, as drinking on the job. I mean, come on.
Like we're doing right now.
Yeah,
We're drinking
That's
on the
different.
job, but we're not driving. Anyway, send us your story about doing your thing on the way to and from work to stonertheradioshow at gmail.com. Remember, just an MP3 of you telling us your story. No pictures, no videos, no last names. And now, Bob, you wanted to tell us a little story about ducking out?
So it's funny, Matt, because being a stoner is sort of like being a superhero. I know it sounds weird, and you're scratching your head saying, what the heck is this guy
I'm
talking
following you.
But here's where it is. It's because you have to duck in somewhere and just immediately, put on that cape. But in this case, it's...
Right. You're getting stoned at a phone booth.
Yeah, exactly. So, duck in,
Right.
duck out.
I love it.
Just had to mention that little blurb.
I think it's an important tip, ducking out. Send us your ducking in, ducking out stories at stonertheradioshow at gmail.com.
How about, and this is going to set up our next segment, is talking about having a dog.
Love it. Well, you know that I have a dog, and we rescued him a bunch of years ago. I know that makes me sound all cool.
Aw.
I know. Who rescued who, right? But the bottom line is that we actually rescued him. Because he doesn't have thumbs. But no, having the dog, before we got a fence, there was a lot of dog.
That is great.
What was the part that cracked you up?
The thumbs.
Oh my God. All right, we got this. All right. I'm sorry, I'm back. Anyway,
Okay.
we got this dog. We didn't have a fence. There was a lot of opportunity to walk. Around the time that we got this dog, I was introduced to kind of a crude vape situation. It was a vaporizer for, as the kids are calling it, the analog stuff. And but I had an opportunity to try it. It was a little hit and miss, right?
They didn't start off too great in my book.
No. But having the dog was at least a great excuse. Oh no, he had to go 4 times. So
Right.
at that point,
You're walking the dog again, Dad?
Exactly, yeah. I mean, I just love that dog. How about you? You had a dog, right?
Yes. Also had a dog and experienced the same things you did. I mean, I remember long walks, and it was great. And I would wear my headphones, too. So I suggest, if you haven't incorporated that yet,
Right.
sunglasses, headphones, dog. That's all you need.
Important tips. Can you repeat those tips, Bob?
Sunglasses, headphones, dog.
And that has been Bob's tip of the week. Great. Always just the tip, though, from Bob. If you have a great pet story that is related to our conversation, send it in to us to stonertheradioshow@gmail.com. You can also just email us, and we'll gladly read your story on air. So I thought maybe we could wrap up with a final segment of the show called Close Calls. And Bob, I think you wanted to share?
So I got to tell you, Matt, I remember a time, this goes back to my kids were a little younger, and my older son, well, I have 3, but my older son, I was in the garage, usually, had to go in the garage to get something, whatever. By the way, the garage is a great place, but we'll talk about that another time.
Absolutely. Let's definitely remember
So I'm
that.
doing my thing, and it's kind of a nice, crisp fall day. I have the garage open, and all of a sudden he comes out into the garage, which he never does, and I got a hit in my mouth with the smoke in my mouth.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden I hear this loud bang. I run out into the driveway and expel. And then I ran back in, and he's like, "What was that all about?" And I said, "Didn't you hear that loud bang? I thought it was a car accident." Really wasn't that loud, but I overreacted. And I was able to expel it and not get caught. That was a close call.
That is fantastic. I love that. Hey, everyone, send us your close call story. I'm sure you've had many, and you'll have many more to come. Send it to us at stonertheradioshow@gmail.com. Remember, we'll read your story on air, or you can send us an MP3 of you telling the story, which is even better. Makes it more personal, and that's what we want to hear. Remember, don't send in anything but your first name and your voice or an email, but otherwise, we respect your privacy. Well, that's going to be it for the first episode of Stoner the Radio Show, and we'll be back soon. We're going to roll one from the HushHill Boys just one last time as we sign off. And, Stoner the Radio Show has been brought to you by Quiet Hill Productions. And until next time, this is Matt and Bob signing off, saying thanks for listening. Stay stoned. We'll see you next time.
Well, Tuesday comes, you're so uninspired, like a heavy truck in the mud, you're mired. You go out back and do a 180. Back at home, you just don't care. As you prep that chicken and do someone's hair, you do the only thing you know how to do. You do a 180. Now, I'm not saying that you have to do it all the time, but think about it. It's the respectable thing to do. So pretend to go outside, take out the trash, and do a 180. And have a great, great day. Thank you so much.
Until next time, friends, stay stoned.